Hello students, Navankor Vidyapeeth welcomes you in Digi Lessons. Today we shall read about revision lesson 2, the limits of knowledge. Main points. First, King Bose of Dhar was a renowned learned scholar. He was well versed in language and grammar, poetry, science, arts and philosophy. He enjoyed the company of learned persons. Once Bose went walking out in the countryside with a very learned scholar, Mark. Both were proud of their knowledge. They met an old woman at a place and asked where that road went. They met an old woman at a place and asked there where that road went. 7. A long conversation took place between them and the woman. 8. Their every reply was mocked by her and she enumerated 2 different things after every reply. 9. They could not respond correctly to her question, "Who are you?" 10. They were quite perplexed and became speechless. 11. She brought them back to earth. 12. They bowed to her as she had helped open their eyes to their own faults. Question answers. Answer the following questions in 1 or 2 sentences each. In what kind of scholarship did King Bose believe? King Bose believed in a scholarship that tries very hard without stopping to gain more and more knowledge. He did not believe in such scholarship that stayed buried in books. Second, what caused the king and the scholar to lose their way? Both were deeply absorbed in literary and philosophical discussion. It caused the king and the scholar to lose their way. Third, what did the king and the scholar ask the old woman? They asked her where that road went. Fourth, what did she reply? She replied that the road did not go anywhere. Only the people on it go somewhere. Fifth, who are the 2 guests according to the old woman? Wealth and youth are the 2 guests. 6. Who are Indra and Yama? Indra is the king of gods and Yama is the god of death. Who are Who are the 2 sadhus? Modesty and contentment are the 2 sadhus. 8. How would you define the word Pardesi? The word Pardesi means migrants, not the local people. 9. Who are the 2 defeated in the world? First, according to the question, the 2 defeated in the world are a man burdened with debt and second, the father of a girl without good qualities. 10. Why did the old woman pretend not to know them? The old woman pretended not to know them so that she could test their knowledge and bring them back to the earth. Section B. Answer the following questions in 3 or 4 sentences each. King Bose was a learned man. On what basis would you support this statement? King Bose believed in deep and vast knowledge. He liked the company of learned scholars. He himself was absorbed in literary and philosophical discussion. He himself was well versed in language and grammar, poetry and other branches of knowledge and art. Second, why in your opinion did the old woman describe wealth and youth as guests? Guests do not stay forever, so is the case with wealth and youth. They come and go. So, in my opinion, she described wealth and youth as guests. Only the soul and the leaf of a tree can be Pardesi. Justify the statement in your own words. Answer. Pardesi means migrants, not local people. They come from an unknown land. They stay for some time and then leave away. 4. The old woman wanted to teach the king and his scholar a lesson. Did she succeed? Explain. Answer. The old woman wanted to teach the king and his scholar a lesson that they should not boast of their knowledge. She tested them by asking so many questions. They could not answer her questions. She succeeded in her attempt. 5. How did the king and the scholar feel at the end of the story? The old woman opened their eyes by showing her great knowledge. They came to know about their own faults. They bowed to her with respect. They had much to think about in their return journey to Dhar. Question number 6. Why did the old woman decide to bring the king and the scholar to the earth? King Bose was considered to be a very learned scholar all over the land. He was well versed in language and grammar, poetry, sculpture, architecture, science and engineering, astrology, music, theatre, and the highest questions of ethics and philosophy. One day he was walking out in the countryside with a very learned scholar. They were very proud of their knowledge. So the old woman decided to bring the king and the scholar to the earth. She asked so many questions that they could not answer. She also showed her deep knowledge. In this way, she brought them to the earth. Thank you, students.